Hello and welcome back to Mancinima for this very first show of 2024. First and foremost, I hope you all had a lovely Christmas. I hope you managed to spend time with your family, with your friends and with your pets. And I hope you had a wonderful time. In that period, did you manage to get out to the cinema? Did you manage to go and see a couple of movies that were showing? I know we had Aquaman 2 was out just before Christmas time. And there was the movie Ferrari, which I believe opened on Boxing Day. So did you manage to go and see those films? Unfortunately, those were two movies that opened while I was on my break from YouTube, so I didn't manage to review them for you. So if you did, and you thought greatly of them or badly of them, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know your opinion. The other thing I'll say is the TV schedules were a bit rubbish this year, weren't they? So hopefully you managed to get loads of 4Ks or Blu-rays or DVDs for Christmas presents and you created your own schedule, because the TV schedules were absolute rubbish this year. Anyway, let's not dwell on the past. We've got 2024 lying ahead of us and we have got an absolute ton of movies coming out in 2024. Some of them were delayed from this year because the studios wanted to promote them properly with big premieres in London and around the world, which they couldn't do while the actors' strike was on, but now they can. So yeah, we got some movies that should have opened in 2023 that are now opening in 2024, and you've also got some movies that are in production in 2024 that are now complete and will be open. Sorry, were in production in 2023 and will now be released in 2024. So what I've done is I've made a list of the movies that I think you should look out for during this upcoming year, and I want to know what you think. So without further ado, let's take a look. Now, generally, movies released at the beginning of the year are those that the studios deem either not to do so well or movies that they want to put in for Oscar contention. So you'd have films like Empire of Light came out last year, which was a very serious film about cinema and very whimsical and stuff like that. But it was also a period when they tend to put horror movies out, and they've done very, very well in this slot over recent years. We only have to look at Megan or Freegan from last year, which did very well in the early months of January. And now in January, we have Bryce Maguire's movie, Night Swim, which is based on his 2018 short film. Now, this story tells the tale of a couple of parents played by Wyatt Russell and Kerry Condon. And they move into this house and there's a swimming pool out in the backyard, lovely swimming pool. However, it's very run down, it's very decayed. And Wyatt's character is suffering from trauma of some kind, and he just wants to move into this house, and he thinks, if I can do this pool up, if I can make this a lovely place for me and my family to spend time in, me, my wife and my children, then everything will begin to be all right with the world again. However, what he doesn't know is the house that they've moved into bears a terrible secret. And when he starts rebuilding the pool and opening the pool up, it unleashes this evil entity, which then drags people to the bottom of the pool and obviously kills them. And that is the basic plot of Night Swim. The trailer looks very good. There's a couple playing the Marco Polo game in the pool and the atmosphere is built up, very moody, blue lit underneath. So yeah, I think this will be a very interesting, very intriguing movie. And of course, it's produced by James Wan, who we know from The Conjuring, Insidious and the Saw movies. So it's got a good pedigree behind it. Apparently the short film did very well. I've not seen it, so I'll have to go back and have a look at that if I can. However, I probably don't want to, because I don't want to spoil anything about this feature film for me. So maybe I'll look at the short film afterwards. But yeah, Night Swim, that will open the movies this year in 2024, and it's one that I'm particularly looking forward to. Always love a little horror movie at the beginning of the year to set me off on my path throughout the oncoming movie year. So that's Night Swim. Moving away from horror, on the 2nd of February, we have a movie of a different kind. We have a fun action-adventure movie called Argylle, and it's directed by Matthew Vaughn, who you may know from the Kingsman movies. This movie involves Ellie Conway, and she's played by Bryce Dallas Howard, who you may know from the Jurassic World movies, of course. And she's a novelist, and she's written this spy thriller. However, apparently it steers too close to the truth. And Bryan Cranston comes along, and he's playing Director Ritter, and his mission is to take her out because he's frightened that it might expose what he's really up to. We delve backwards and forwards in between a fictional world where we see Henry Cavill even playing Agent Argylle, and Aidan Wilde, who's a real-life agent, sent to protect Ellie, and he's played by Sam Rockwell. So this movie looks a lot of fun. There's a lot of stunts in it. There's a lot of cheesy kind of James Bond-esque moments in it, lots of espionage, and it just looks like a really good time at the movies. Apparently Matthew Vaughn based this on the old 1986 movie Romancing the Stones. There's, you've got the novelist in there and the adventurer. You got a similar thing with Bryce Dallas Howard's novelist. and Aidan Wilde played by Sam Rockwell. So you've got that similar chemistry going on. And there's also an appearance by the pop superstar Dua Lipa, so that's a good enough reason for me to go and see this movie. Yeah, looks a lot of fun. Opens 2nd of February, and I'm sure that nobody's going to have any complaints about this film. I think you're just going to have a really good time at the movies when you go and see Argylle, and I really can't wait to see this one. So 2nd of February for Argylle. And on the 29th of March, we return to horror of a sort with Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, of course, sequel to Afterlife, which came out in 2021. This again stars McKenna Grace, Carrie Coon, Paul Rudd, Finn Wolfhard from the Ghostbusters Afterlife movie. And in this movie, we're returning to New York City because there's an evil artifact which is threatening to turn the whole of New York City into a giant ice age kind of monument, if you like. Yeah, there's this evil ice age thing that is spreading out across the city, which is why it's called Frozen Empire. The movie again sees the return of Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson for the original Ghostbusters movie, and from what I understand they've been given a much bigger role in this film, so it'd be great to see them getting more involved this time out rather than just turning up for the last 10 minutes. So yeah, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire opens on the 29th of March, and yeah, it's one I'm really looking forward to. I hope it'll be a lot of fun, same as the last one was. And on the 3rd of May, we are back to action movies with the release of The Fall Guy, which was based on the old 1980s TV series, which used to star Lee Majors as Colt Seavers. Colt Seavers in this movie is played by Ryan Gosling, and he's kind of a world-weary stuntman. He has to double for this guy called Tom Ryder, who's this preening kind of superstar who kind of loves himself a little bit, and he's played by Aaron Taylor-Johnson. So yeah, he's a little bit fed up with doing that. Other cast members in this movie include Emily Blunt as Jodie Marino, who is his ex-wife, and they have a lot of banter and a lot of bickering. But, you know, the movie's directed by David Leitch. He's an ex-stuntman himself. He also directed Deadpool 2, and he directed Bullet Train recently. So he knows his stuff, and he said that what he wants to do in this movie is just celebrate the world of the stuntman. So you're going to have action, you're going to have adventure, you're going to have romance, you're going to have comedy. I think you're going to have a good time, and most of all, you're going to see some spectacular stunts in this movie. And from what I've seen from the trailer, it does look a hell of a lot of fun. So yeah, this is one of those movies that I'm really looking forward to seeing at the cinema, and I think it'll be spectacular, especially if they can put some amazing stunts up on the big screen so we can sit back and just sit, you know, and enjoy them as they wash over us. So yeah, really looking forward to The Fall Guy, and that opens on the 3rd of May. Moving past the midway point in the year now, we're hitting the 26th of July, and for me, this is my most anticipated movie of the year. It's the only MCU movie releasing in the whole of 2024. You know, there were a bunch of movies, they've either been shelved or moved on to later in the year. So yeah, this is the only MCU movie, whereas usually we get about 3. We get just the one, and that one movie is Deadpool, Deadpool 3. Deadpool, of course, being a 20th Century Fox property beforehand, before Disney bought up 20th Century Fox, and now this is his first official entry into the MCU. In this movie, I don't want to spoil anything for you. Obviously, Ryan Reynolds doesn't want you to spoil anything as well. But he teams up with Wolverine. That's been widely publicised, and there's a bunch of other characters that are coming back. Apparently, Jennifer Garner's Elektra from the 20th Century Fox series as well. What the story is, I don't know. I do know that it's got something to do with the 20th Century Fox world being incorporated into the Marvel cinematic universe. And from there on out, I just literally want the rest of the film to be a surprise. You know, Ryan Reynolds is working really hard to bring us the best of the Deadpool movies. I think this will be a lot of fun. They are going for a hard R rating, which means that even though it's a Disney, they're not going to skimp on the swearing or the violence or anything like that. So that's pleasing to hear. And of course, you know, if you've seen any of the photographs that have been published in the magazines, don't look for the ones online because they'll spoil a lot. But if you've seen any of the ones that are published in the magazines, you'll see that Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, is back. And in this time, in his famous yellow and blue outfit. Whether he'll get to wear the mask or not, I don't know. But this is going to be one hell of a fun film. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be the best superhero movie of 2024. There are a couple of others. We've got Madam Web coming out from Sony, and we've got Kraven the Hunter coming out from Sony. They're kind of Spider-Man spin-off movies, so they don't really fit into the real MCU. But yeah, for the only MCU movie coming out this year, Deadpool 3, it's going to be a cracker, I think, and I really can't wait to see that one. Another series of movies that was snatched up in Disney purchasing 20th Century Fox was, of course, the Alien franchise. And we have a brand new Alien movie this year, directed by Fede Alvarez. This is called Alien Romulus, apparently, unless they change the title when the movie comes out. The movie allegedly is set between Alien and Aliens. It stars a brand new cast. Apparently it's young people who encounter an alien. And Ridley Scott's seen it, and he has said it is bleeping great. So if Ridley Scott endorses it, it's got to be something to work, look forward to, hasn't it? Yeah, let's just hope we get a really decent Alien movie. We haven't had one for a long, long time. I think Aliens was the last really decent movie. Alien 3 was okay. Then you had the Alien versus Predator movies. And of course, we went down the Prometheus and Alien Covenant kind of road. So hopefully this will draw it back online, bring it right back into the mood of those first two Alien movies and satisfy all of us Alien fans. So yeah, another one I'm really looking forward to. This one opens in August. On the 6th of September, we have another long gestating sequel, and that is Beetlejuice 2. Who'd ever thought we'd see Beetlejuice 2? Michael Keaton once again returns as the ghost for the most. We've got Winona Ryder playing Lydia Dietz, Jenna Ortega playing her daughter. We've also got Catherine O'Hara back as Delia Dietz, Lydia's stepmother, of course. And in this movie, we've also got Willem Dafoe. He's playing like an afterlife enforcement agent. And we've got Monica Bellucci playing Beetlejuice's wife. Yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. It's once again directed by Tim Burton. The plot is kept very tightly under wraps at the moment. Nobody really knows anything about it. We've had no trailer. Yeah, I just can't wait to see what they do with the Beetlejuice franchise after all these years. I think 1988, the original one came out, 1988, 89, so somewhere around that time. So it's been a hell of a long time before we've seen the Ghost for the Most. And let's see what he gets up to in his latest adventure. That one opens again 6th of September. On the 4th of October, Todd Phillips returns once more to direct Joker Folie à Deux, sequel to his 2019 movie Joker. Again, it stars Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck, and this time out we got Lady Gaga playing Harley Quinn. Now, I don't know if I'm really looking forward to this movie. I love the first movie. I love the mood of it. It's a little bit like Taxi Driver in the way it was shot, very kind of Scorsese-esque. This one, however, is supposed to be a musical, and you know my feelings on musicals. I don't like musicals, so I will try to see this movie, but if I hear it's too musical, then I may kind of give up on it. But, maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't. But yeah, Joker Folie à Deux opens in October. And so to round my selection off of movies to look forward to in 2024, we have a sequel to a movie that I didn't really think even needed a sequel. That movie is 2000's Gladiator, this obviously being Gladiator II, and it's once again directed by Ridley Scott, who directed the original. In this movie, we've got Paul Mescal. He's playing the son of Maximus. Maximus was played by Russell Crowe in the original movie. The movie also stars Denzel Washington, and we've got Connie Nielsen returning as Lucilla, who was the love interest of Maximus in the original movie. I don't know any plot details as yet. Again, once again, everything's being kept very tightly under wraps. But yeah, tell me, did you really want a sequel to Gladiator? I thought it was pretty much a good enough movie to be self-contained, kept on its own. I'm a little bit worried that if they start going down the sequel route, you're going to water down what the original meant. But, maybe it'll turn out to be a great movie after all. Ridley Scott seems to have faith in it, so and he's directing it. So we'll see what he brings us in November. Anyway, that's my selection of movies that are coming out in 2024. There's a load of movies coming out in 2024. Some of them I could even touch upon. You've got a couple of Sony Spider-Man spin-off movies with Craven and Madam Web. And a lot of other movies that are coming out throughout the year, and some that will be revealed as the year goes on. Some of them we're not even aware of just yet. However, if you've enjoyed that look forward, you know what to do. Please click on the thumbs up. Again, it really just helps the channel out. It really helps me out. It encourages me to do more of these videos. Don't be one of those odd little basement dwelling, ponytail wearing, thumb bandits, the ones that click on it that way up because they've got nothing better to do. Please be kind. Please click on the thumbs up. Really helps. If you're brand new to this channel, hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you've enjoyed this look ahead to the movies of 2024. Load of movie reviews from 2023 on this channel you can go back and have a look at. Plus, my review of the movies of 2023 has just hit as well. So if you want to go and have a look at that. And there's a variety of other videos on here as well. There's locations, there's dinosaurs, and all other kind of things. So yeah, if you are willing, please subscribe. It's all free, same as the thumbs up. And please let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to in 2024. Thank you for sticking with me on this video. I'm sorry that I couldn't give you a fuller look at the movies that are coming out. I can only pick a few because obviously I'll be going on and on and on. You'd have part 1, part 2, part 3, of all these movies that are coming out in 2024. However, go and see some of those movies. Let me know what you thought. And I will see you all real soon with the first reviews of the year once I start to see some of those movies. Probably Night Swim will be the first one. See you all very soon. Take care.